joining us tonight. I'm taking away your St. Patrick's Day night. Big plans for St. Patrick's Day?
Oh no, man! Hell, we just been getting ready for this weekend we got coming up, and gonna jump in the band and get her done this week, like always.
Well,
Nothing
good
in
deal.
particular.
Where are you playing at this weekend?
We got 2 shows in Texas, one in San Antonio and one in Buda, and then we run up, turn around on Sunday, head up to Nashville to do 2 shows with a guy named Ernest.
Yep. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Be our first time out there, so
good deal. So what's it like getting back out on the road doing shows? I'm sure the pandemic screwed everybody up on getting out and doing live shows. So probably just getting back into the swing of it. I assume. I mean, is it good times getting back out there and be able to play in front of crowds again?
Well, down here where I'm at, I've been for sure things are picking up a whole lot. There's a whole lot less guidelines to have to try to, dodge around and things of that nature. But
yeah,
we're starting to get these shows, and now gas prices are doubled. So, hey,
of course,
it's something's gonna go wrong either way. You just gotta keep rolling.
Yeah, you're damn right. So you know what? We're excited to have you up here in Fort Recovery, and all of our fans want to know: have you ever heard of Fort Recovery, Ohio, before?
I have not, but I'm looking forward to never forgetting it.
Well, that's right. And you're going to have one heck of a time. I'll tell you what, you'll have never seen an event like ours when you come up here. But you got a lot to follow up. We're going to give away $650,000 worth of prizes on Saturday before you take the stage. So it's a good time. And I mean, our little town of 1,500 people here, we knew you hadn't heard of it, but we're excited to have you up here. It's going to be a party for sure.
Hey, you dang right. We're glad to be there and extremely grateful to have the opportunity.
Good deal. And I'll tell you what, you're coming to Fort Loramie, which is just 30 minutes away from us here in July, country concert. So I don't know if you've been to country concert before in Fort Loramie, or is this going to be your first time up there also?
It'll be my first time out there. My time in Ohio has been slim, but not none. I've got a songwriter friend of mine named White McCovenant. Grew up out there, and so I've been to, I guess 2 of the major cities out there, but we're looking forward to doing that festival. I've done a few things out in the Midwest that are kind of similar, like Country Jam and something of odd of that nature. It was like out there in Wisconsin or Minnesota, but we have yet to be out in the great state of Ohio.
Well, you're going to have a blast. Once you come here in July for country concert and you come to us in August, you're going to want to come back a whole lot more. I guarantee you. We got some awesome people out here, awesome fans, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
Y'all
good
listen
time.
to country music out there?
Oh, we listen to a lot of country music.
Yes,
no doubt. So, hey, Jake, a lot of our fans excited to see you. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself? Where'd you grow up? How'd you get into music? Who were your influences? Tell us about Jake Worthington.
Man, my grandpa is probably a big reason why I have a love for George Jones and Merle Haggard. Early on, those were the 2 of the big voices that I heard being shown to me at an early age, and that and the likes of Ray Price and Farron Young and that nature. And of course, growing up, when I grew up, I was born in '96, so I heard a lot of Mark Chestnut and George Strait and Alan Jackson and Tracy Lawrence and so on and so forth. So all of that, I'd have to say, has a lot to do with the kind of music. I play country music. I don't know how to do anything, make any other kind of music. That's just it there. But no, I grew up southeast of Houston, and I just had a guitar in my hand since I can remember. And we just played shows and wherever we could get into. And of course, right there, about the time I turned 17, I got the opportunity to be on television and do that whole deal. And that opened a lot of doors for me to dive off into musicality the way that I have over the years. And it's been a up and hill down, deal. But I'm grateful to get to do it.
Well, that's awesome. And anybody in this world can be thankful for doing what they love, right? I mean, you're doing what you love for your career, and it's pretty awesome. So, we're happy for you and being able to do the things that you do. So I know you spoke towards, I think it was 2014 maybe when you were on The Voice, and then shortly after when you came out and with some, your first EP in 15. And then the big song that, I remember in 16, How Do You Honky Tonk? Then another
Yeah.
EP, Hell of a Highway. So, talk us through that process. You get off of television, probably a whirlwind of a lot of things going on, get these songs hitting the radio. Did you write all these songs yourself? Are they written by others, co-written? And what was that process like?
Well, I was 17, 18 years old when I had to realize, all right, I got to put some music out. And, at that time I was very green, as most people are. And I had, on that first EP, I had wrote or co-wrote 3 of them on. Both the EPs I wrote 3 songs on, and kind of when you're in that vein and you don't have a whole lot of connections or elbows to rub with, you kind of just get what you can, and you're in a hurry to put music out and get people to see you. And I did that whole tail chasing for twice now. I did it two years. It's been probably 5 years since I put out another, any kind of music. And, there's been a whole lot of life that I've lived in the last few years. And I'm a songwriter. Something I've always taken pride in, and we're getting ready to cut a record here in May, finally. But it's a long time coming, and it'll be something I've been waiting on for a long time, and I hope folks can find something in it to relate to and connect to.
Well, that's awesome. We wish you the best of luck with that, and are excited to hear that May cutting another album. That is exciting news for sure. So that's awesome. So I've heard you tell this story before, and I'm interested because I found it to be a very touching story. So on that EP, Hell of a Highway, your song, A Lot of Room to Talk. I've heard you talk about Ronnie Young and kind of his influence helping with that song. Can you tell that story or speak to what that song means to you?
Yeah, man. Hell, I ain't thought of that in so long. Ronnie Vines was one of the other writers on that song, and Ronnie Vines is one of the first songwriters that I co-wrote with early on. And naturally, as writers do, I'm a fan of these guys that wrote songs before me, and particularly are the reason why I have a guitar in my hand. They wrote a lot of music that is the reason why, I'm inspired by, But anywho, long story short, I've always heard this song in like a catalog of Ronnie's. And there was another writer on there named Ronnie Young, who's from Texas. And him and Ronnie wrote that. And I always told Ronnie, I said, hey, I want to cut that song. And so eventually we did. And, we only put it to Texas radio and things of that nature. But it was a cool thing. Ronnie Young was real sick. He was real sick about the time I put it on out there. And for whatever it was worth, it was good to put a smile on his face, getting that #1 in Texas with that song, and it being a country song at that. And that's a memory I'll never forget. Maybe I should think about more often.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when I heard that for the first time, I thought, how cool to be able to have that inspiration from a man, and then be able in the last week of his life to put a smile on his face like that. That's just that makes a career right there.
That was something else, for a young man. You don't know what to say to a grown man, and hell, even nowadays, it's words only do so much sometimes. And
yes.
we had us a little picture, put it in a frame, got the little chart printed out, and I had went and visited him at the home he was at, and we got a picture with him, and I would have never. We had no idea that that'd be the last time we'd seen him,
Mhm.
But I was very thankful to have got to do that. That's crazy. I had never been asked that before. That's interesting.
Yeah, it some things stick with you, right? And following you and hearing you kind of through the years. I mean, it was just something that stuck about me. I want to make sure I asked you about that. So, you talk about writing with him. What, other artists or guys have you written with, and then maybe looking forward here through maybe this summer, who are some guys that you're touring with or going to be up on stage with? I think maybe you got some stuff coming up with Justin Moore.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome for an old boy like me, for sure. I had yet to meet him, man. It's crazy how this stuff works. I think that this music industry is there's a whole lot of people who all have the same dream, and you run in and start. It's real easy to run in and start working with all kinds of people you never thought you would, just as far as namesakes go. And man, there's a guy named White McCubbin that I've known for a long time, and we've done more beer drinking than we've done writing. But I think that he's on his way to do some real big stuff. And there's
awesome.
a guy named Randall King. I think a lot of course, Ernest. I think is going to do some awesome stuff. And, that's something I wasn't. I've been kind of writing with a lot of veterans. A lot of guys, like I said, that wrote songs and have continued to write songs for 20 plus years, 30 plus years, and just trying to be a student and figure out how to say what I need to get off my chest, and that's been a blessing for me over the last couple of years, and that's gonna be fun getting to cut that record.
That's pretty cool. So we took some questions from our fans or from our followers of the WoW. So I'm gonna fire.
Hey, sorry for interrupting you. I tell you who I think's a damn star right now. That Lainey Wilson. She's off to something now.
Yes, she is, isn't she?
I think she's going to do great things for country music.
Well, heck yeah. My daughters love Lainey Wilson. They love when she comes on the radio for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to fire a couple questions at you here. Jake, took some questions from our fans on Facebook. So a couple pretty good ones and a couple might be a little off the wall, but we're going to see what we can throw at you here. So first, our fan Brad said, you were recently featured on Hardy Hicks Tape Volume 2. How did that come about? Hardy just call you up, or, how did that come about that you were with that? And then what was it like working with Ronnie Dunn and Jake Owen on that?
Man, Seth England at the label, and Tracker Johnson, who manages me, he also manages Hardy. And they asked me to be on there, and it'd be kind of goofy to say no to getting to cut a song with Ronnie and Jake, and let alone getting to sing with them kind of singers. And man, it was cool. Ronnie that actually turned into some other actions, in the background. I got to go sing with Ronnie a little bit more after all that,
Yeah.
And he's a real deal. That guy's one of the greatest vocalists in country music that ever done it.
That's
that
cool.
Was pretty nerve-wracking.
Oh, I'm sure. Yes. All right. Next question. Jonas says, you're a solo artist. So because of that, the band guys you tour with, they pretty consistent, or do you have a lot of different band members coming through?
Man, it's consistently inconsistent. If I can put it to you that way.
That makes total sense.
These days, the group that'll be coming up to come see y'all up there here this year, I've had a good run of boys that have been picking with me here lately, and they talk.
Yeah,
they're
good deal.
Group.
Awesome. All right, Jenny says, what's one crazy thing that happened while you were performing with you or the audience? What's something crazy that sticks in your mind?
Man, I got real sick one time in Vegas, and we had got some kind of stomach bug one time, and I mean it looked like a scene out of a movie. We all were taking turns with a tip bucket.
Oh
And
boy.
that has to be the craziest thing that's happened this far.
It's a stomach bug, so not self-inflicted.
Not self-inflicted. No, sir. No, sir.
All right. Last one for you. Corey says, does the belt buckle come standard with those hats?
No. No.
I had to throw an interesting one on there for sure. All right. Well, I
No
tell you
worries.
what, Jake,
No
I
worries.
appreciate you joining us tonight. It's been fun. We can't wait to see August 27th. You're going to be closing out an awesome event here for us at the Win on the Wabash. What do you think? Maybe can you give us a little preview? Maybe strum a little something for us, sing a little something for us tonight?
Yeah, we dang sure can.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
You want to hear something you ain't heard?
Oh, of course we do. That would be awesome.
All right. I like this one right here. Hey, baby, I just thought that I'd stop by just in case. Maybe you might have gone and changed your mind. Can't you see? It's not me without you. I'm down to beer and bones. Darling, it won't be long. I'm barely hanging on since you said goodbye. Hey, baby, I know grown men just don't cry. It ain't no maybe. Those are teardrops in my eyes. Can't you see? Just not me without you. It's only been 3 weeks. Look what it's done to me. Can't eat and I can't sleep. I swear I'm gonna die. Hey, baby, won't you give me one more chance? I can't explain it, just how bad I need you back. Can't you see? Just not me without you. Oh, can't you see? Just not me without you. All right, there it is.
Hey, how about that? Jake Worthington, everybody. Man, how awesome. We can't wait to see you August here, Fort Recovery, Ohio, Win on the Wabash. Until then, Jake, we wish you the absolute best. Good luck with cutting that new record in May. Have a lot of fun out on your shows. And I'll tell you what, best party of the year, August 27th.
Hey, I will be looking for it steadfast.
Awesome, man.